Hey guys, it's Yasmin Harris, your candidate for Coeur d'Alene School Board Trustee in Zone 2. I wanted to come on and, have you hear from me, from my own voice, where I stand when it comes to levies and school funding and the public school system, public education. This is this is a big reason why I actually chose to run. What has been going on in our community, especially in this last year, um, there seems to be this great divide in our community with those who will always support levies and those who will not support levies. And it's been a huge concern of mine. And more so, just recently, if you look at the growth in North Idaho in the last few years, I mean, it's unprecedented and we see it, and yet our numbers are declining in enrollments in public schools. And we can't sit back and pretend it's not happening. And it is important that we are protecting our public schools for many reasons. I am 100% for public schools and public education. My husband and I believe in supporting and funding public schools. My boys attend Hayden Meadows, and I can speak for myself and my family. We have been incredibly blessed here. We have an incredible school with Hayden Meadows, and that really speaks into the teachers there, our counselor, our vice principal, our principal. My boys are thriving. We know we are blessed. I also know that's not necessarily the case for everybody, and that also truly breaks my heart. Public schools, other than the obvious that it's a vital part of our community, you know, um, it's one of the only options for some families. I know that there are other options in our community, but why are we losing enrollment? Um, I think a huge part of it has to do with this disconnect that's been happening. We have had a lot of contention around these levies, and I think it truly goes back to this lack of communication and this sense that there is not clear accountability for the funds. As I've been meeting different community members, taxpayers, and also in talking to district employees, there are tons of people who are voicing their concerns. And they don't know where the money is going. There are people who have listened to board meetings. They'll come and they'll say, I voted yes on the levy. This last levy, my husband and I voted yes on it. Yet transportation is being cut. We are still not putting back into our schools in the maintenance the way we should. My understanding, there's schools on the chopping block still, and so much more. The community is giving generously, and they want to see that we are being good stewards with those funds. Again, one of the number one reasons I'm running is to bring clear communication and understanding. I have a background in finance. I believe I can bring that. I can hopefully be a gap between the district and the community, but also being able to call things out if we did screw up or if we do screw up. We can say, hey, we made a mistake. Ask for forgiveness. Gain the trust of the community back. Our schools need to be here. And it's super important that we are protecting our children. One of the other biggest reasons I'm running, parents' rights in education. Parents need to know that their voices are being heard. Taxpayers want to know their voices are being heard. So I just want to urge you to ask questions. If I've heard from people in the community who have said, hey, I've been hearing that you're not for schools or for funding and you just want to take down the schools. And that is not the case. And if you knew me, you would know that. That is not my heart. It's furthest from the truth. What I can also tell you, though, is when it comes to the levies, I also voted no when it came into perpetuity. I will never be okay with just writing a blank check. I think it's unwise, and it takes away the accountability aspect again. And our community, spoke into that. There was a reason that didn't pass, but our community also spoke into the second part of the levy, and we do need to look into that as well. So again, I urge you, do your homework, ask the questions. I said this earlier, we can't sit back and pretend that stuff isn't happening. We have to address it. And we got to stop with these untruths and these lies. Do your homework on your candidates. Talk to them. I'm not a politician. I'm a mom, and I'm a concerned mom. And I want to fight for my kids. I want to fight for your kids in our community. I urge you to go vote on November 7th. Yasmin Harris. And if you have any questions, visit Yas4CDA.com. You can even ask me questions on there. Thank you for your time. I'll try to make some more videos answering other questions that you might have. God bless.